Eastern suburbs, red, white, and blue, we're flying high. Sydney Roosters reach the sky. Eastern suburbs. We took flight. Come on. Born in Bondi, southern skies ignite. From the east our spirits rise. Red, white, blue, our story told. From nothing we rose, made our claim. Eastern pride, we built our name. Stronger now, we never fall. Rooster spirit standing tall. Yeah, come on, feel that pride, let's go. Since the start the legacy lives. Power the heartbeat gives. Red and blue, we walk with pride. Fans by side, can't hide our vibe. Flags up high, crowd in sync. Roosters rule, we never blink. Eastern suburbs. Eastern suburbs. Red, white, and blue, we're flying high. Sydney Roosters reach the sky. Eastern suburbs, Roosters! Get up! Feel that pride! Grand on fire, glory set. Fighting with fire, no regrets. Yeah! Every tackle, every try, hit hard.
All right, just double check if the mic's working. I think so. Everything else seems plugged in, so I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Yeah, just finishing up the socials here. My apologies, guys. Like, as I've literally just got on the mic holder, is not working whatsoever. So this is fun. So let me just get things up and moving, and then we'll start in probably just a sec. How's everybody doing? I don't know what's happened to it. And all right, I'll just have to go off this then. All right. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Sydney Roosters Diehards. It is Haynesy here, and we are back for another episode, and welcome back to another Sydney Roosters Diehards news roundup. Today, we're going to be going through a little bit of the latest Roosters news updates and opinions over the last 24 hours. Developing story today involving Billy Smith. Obviously, the report last night around Connor Watson and his playing future, and a positive update around Tommy Talau with his injury front. We'll also listen to Robbo's press conference from today and ahead of tomorrow night's clash against South, and any other bits and pieces and any other news updates that we can get that comes across our desk between now and the next few minutes. We'll cover that as well. So hit that like button and subscribe to the Sydney Roosters Diehards if you're new, and give us a follow on the Instagram for your latest Roosters updates, news, and opinions. The Roosters Rabbitohs preview is out now, obviously, on the Roosters Diehards YouTube channel, coming out a couple of hours ago, going through a little bit of a deep dive of the game heading up for tomorrow night. And go check that out once you were finished here. We'll get to the live chat. G'day, Jason. How are you, my friend? And we also got Weedy here. That's all we need. And we'll discuss that. I think we'll kick things off with starting off the bat with a bizarre news story today around the Roosters, and one involving Billy Smith. I just when I read it for the first time, I was just like, "Are you kidding me? Like, is this legit?" It appears to be legit. Billy Smith in doubt tomorrow night with looks like the Roosters are assessing him with a little bit of a head. It looks like he copped a head knock after a e-bike scooter accident after training today. And obviously now he's going to be in doubt for tomorrow night. Obviously, I'm guessing that the Roosters are going to go through the concussion protocol as we speak, and then we'll it looks like that he's going to has to pass all the protocols to be able to play. Billy Smith did say that he was fine, but obviously if he fails any concussion protocol, he's out for the next 11 days. So it's a wait and see, and probably we'll know more later on this evening when the team list gets reduced to 20. The 20-man squad. Is Billy Smith going to be there or is he not? We'll find out more. But just bizarre. Apparently, himself and Egan Butcher were involved in this, and Egan seemed to be okay. Billy Smith did get up and say he was okay, but obviously that looks like a head injury was first identified. But just getting up the official. Smith was riding in Moore Park precinct with teammate Egan Butcher when the incident occurred. While Butcher walked away relatively unscathed, Smith reportedly suffered a head injury and was assessed by the club doctor. The Roosters are yet to determine whether the 26-year-old will be fit for the derby. Oh, my God. Like, out of all the things, out of all the things that have a player ruled out or potentially ruled out, it had to be because of an e-bike, a scooter crash. Like, I've always had that fear, like, because I've been to a few captain's runs in my time, and the Roosters training field is across the road from, not across the road, but technically across the road from Allianz Stadium at the fields there near the bridge there. It basically, you got Moore Park Road, not Moore Park Road. Moore Park Road is that way going towards Allianz Stadium. You've got Anzac Avenue, which goes along here, that goes all the way along Drivers Avenue, Anzac Avenue, whatever it's called. I think it's Drivers Avenue that goes all the way, that meets up, obviously, SCG, Allianz, all that main road that links up to Moore Park Road. So, obviously, there's a footpath and all that kind of stuff. So, the Roosters, because the car park at Moore Park near Allianz Stadium is still getting refurbished, most of the Roosters players either drive to the entertainment quarter, then jump on their e-scooter and drive the training, and then they drive from the precinct, obviously the headquarters at Allianz Stadium, they drive across to the training field for training and that. I see it all the time, and I was like, I just don't want any of them to be, injure themselves doing it on the way to training. And then here we are, we're on the way back from training. Because I'm guessing that Billy Smith was part of the captain's run. On the way back to the captain's run, he's involved in an incident with him and Egan Butcher. And now that Billy Smith's going to be in doubt for tomorrow night, it's just mind-blowing stuff. And, you couldn't read about it, and you just couldn't read it without luck right now. I think we've had 4 injuries this season that has been non-field related, like not on field, like training, and now leaving training. Like it's just so unlucky. It is so unlucky. And just what are our chances, right? What are the chances of this actually happening? Like I still can't get my head around the fact that this has actually happened. And obviously, first and foremost, I hope Billy Smith is okay. And I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think he'll be fine. Just whether or not he'll play tomorrow night, that's another question. And I don't have the answers for you. But who knows? I think it's up to whether or not Billy Smith is able to pass the HIA protocols. He's not banged up, scratched and bruised or anything like that. I'm guessing if he passes his HIA protocol that he probably will have to undergo today. I think if he passes that, he'd be good to go. But if not, he's going to be ruled out. But we'll know more over the next couple of hours. Maybe he'll give an every chance he'll kick off tomorrow night to play. Only time will tell. Like I literally don't have the answer for you there. But it's up to the Roosters team to medical team to make a decision and come up with the So, like I said, I don't have the answer for you. I'm just, I'm speechless when I saw that. Oh, man, this is just such an unnecessary injury that we didn't need to have. We get one centre back. Looks like Rob Toy is good to go tomorrow. And now we've got another centre injured, late exclusion from the side because of a freak accident off the field. Like, the season's already cursed. Like, how unlucky can you get? Like, how unlucky can we get right now? Like, we got Victor Radley still suspended for another couple of weeks. Reece Robson's not back till round 7. Spencer's out for a month. He was injured in the warm-up. Hasn't even played, didn't even get on the field on Friday night last week against the Warriors. He was ruled out in the warm-up. Rob Toyer was ruled out 24 hours before kickoff. So we've got Billy Smith potentially about to be ruled out because of a head injury involving an e-scooter accident. And what are the chances, guys? Like, honestly, what are the chances of that happening? It could only happen with the Roosters. Because literally, I think we're the only club in the league that rides their e-bike scooters to training because we're nowhere near our main facilities. I mean, we're not far at all. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I want to hear you guys comment on the Instagram and all that kind of stuff. The most Bondi way to write yourself out playing football. Not surprised at all. Not surprised it's gone. Isn't it been put Ramsey and move Mark to centre? I'd probably say Junior Ponga comes in at left centre. What a joke. What a joke. Especially on the eve of the game tomorrow night. The biggest game for us. We all know what's at stake tomorrow night, and this is, this is the headline to a day out from with our centre being ruled out. God, what is happening? What is happening? We're 2 games in, but bloody hell, I'm already over this shit already. I'm already over the injuries. I'm already over, the headlines around DCE. I'm already pissed off that we haven't won a game yet this year. Just like, oh God. Hopefully tomorrow night we just just get this shit behind us and get going because I don't think I'll be able to deal with another week like this, where, especially when if we lose the South tomorrow, we won't hear the end of it. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below because this is just stuff that I didn't expect to see today at all. Does AJ get the record this week? And are we going to storm the field? No, I'm not. Because it's not breaking. We're not breaking it. They're not breaking it tomorrow. We're not going to let this happen. We're not going to let it happen. So the boys will be up for this game tomorrow night. Whoever's out there, they're going to be up. They're going to be up for it, and they're going to send a statement tomorrow night. Did you see the bully video that happened today? Bully video? Not familiar, bro. Not familiar. I haven't seen much. But no, we're not going to stay on the field. Let the South fans get on the field, and they'll get in trouble. I mean, they can't stop everyone, but whatever. But I know for a fact that we'll get the job done, and we don't have to worry about Alex Johnson scoring 2 tries. It's not going to happen tomorrow, so who cares? Mate, I mean, I don't think that's necessary, bro. It's a Roosters related page. I don't have to worry about someone being bullied and being put on social media. Like, there's just no No, I'm not answering that, bro. Sorry. Is this? What do you want me? What do you want me to say? It's a Roosters related YouTube channel, and which well, I don't need to be answering that. Sorry to be out of line, but like, why the hell are you? Why? Anyway, moving on. So Billy Smith under an injury cloud. We'll find out between now and 8:00 tonight when the team list gets reduced to 20-man squad. We'll know more by then, but obviously watch this space because we'll give you guys the up to date on the Instagram where the news comes through. Billy Smith is in or out. So thoughts on all right, man, take it easy. God. What's your thoughts on Damo giving up on the Roosters already? Who's Damo? Well, it's one game. That's all I'll say. It's one game into the season, so write us off after one game. Sure, be my guess. But yeah. Imagine if Toy pulls out. I think he's good to go. I think Toy is good to go. Robbo confirmed that today, so which is good news. So he trained well all week, so I think he'd be good to go. Unless something significant happens like we saw earlier today between now and Friday night, I think he'll be good to go to play. Connor Watson being linked to the Perth Bears. So the Perth Bears haven't officially approached Connor Watson, but it looks like that the Perth Bears are interested in Connor Watson. Mal Meninga is interested in Connor Watson. Obviously, there's been no formal approach yet, but obviously it was reported last night. It's very, very early stages, right? This is very, very early stages, but like be interesting on how this plays out. Like obviously, the Roosters are going to make a judgment call between now and the end of the year and probably next year, where who do we prioritise more? Do we prioritise Connor Watson, Origin representative / veteran, getting towards that back end of his career, or we got a young hot gun, a young gun that is playing some good footy in Benai. So it's a tough call to make, but like the way I see it, I love Watto. Watto's a great player, and he's such a vital part of our lineup. But I do believe that I don't think the Roosters will let him go. But what I'll say, though, is that if Watto goes to the club and say, I want to sign with the Perth Bears, I want to release, I think the club will let him, knowing that we've got Benai there. So I don't think the Roosters will stand in his way in that approach, but I don't think the Roosters will approve it unless Watto approaches it. I think Watto, if he agrees, I think the Roosters won't stand in his way. I think they'll let him go, but I'm not saying that this is going to happen. Who knows? Watto is happy at the Roosters, he says. So, but obviously, like I said, it's early doors. Obviously, we'll get to it shortly. But Robbo had a chat was spoken about it today, and obviously Watto pretty much confirmed what I said then. That like like obviously it hasn't been said, but that's up for Connor and his management to decide. So, the interesting signs there. I like I said, I don't think I have an idea of if he's going or not. It's truly up to him and his management. But I have a feeling that because we got Benai there, we got Hugo there. I generally think that and plenty of forwards in that, utility forwards there. So I generally think that if the Perth Bears approach Connor Watson and Connor Watson is interested and agrees, I think the Roosters wouldn't stand in his way. They'll let the early release go. I think if Watto agrees and his management agrees, I think he'll be at the Perth Bears either 27 or 28. I can see that happening. I don't want it to happen. I love Watto, and I want to see Watto here and win a premiership with us. But he wants to be a marquee man, or does he want to win a premiership? So you probably say the Roosters are in a much better position to be in the premiership business than the Perth Bears, respectfully. But obviously similar when he was, linked with, when he went to Newcastle. So time will tell on this one. But obviously, like I said, guys, this is very, very early doors. Like this happened. This was reported last night. Like I said, Perth Bears reportedly identified Connor Watson as a potential target. So literally, it's not even been officially approached. It's just a target in their sights, kind of thing. And if he does go, do you reckon Watson would be the highest paid Bear? Look, I don't think. Like, don't know. This is not me having to go at Watto. I love Watto, but like, is he really going to be your marquee's like most expensive buy as a utility / hooker? I think you might need more than that to be a competitive side next year. If I'm Perth respectfully, but I love Watto. Like, obviously, Watto will be a great addition to that side. But I don't think that you can look elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like Munster should have been a guy who needed to go after, but that kind of marquee. Watto would be great. You know, Watto is a working hard, a workhorse. Be perfect to build a foundation, but as your marquee man, like the man, I think, I don't think that'd be the right idea. It doesn't get the minutes. Like people saying it doesn't get the minutes. Like, it was one performance where Robbo didn't give Connor Watto minutes, and Robbo even explained it today, which made it really, really bizarre. Like, he said, it was like, Watto, when he came on, changed the game. It was like, yeah, but you should have got him on earlier. So who knows whether he goes with that tomorrow night? Who knows? Positive update around Tommy Talau. So, shout out to the NRL physio. I'll just get this up. So, where's the NRL physio? There it is. So, yeah, some good news around Tommy Talau. Relieving news with scans clearing Tommy Talau of ACL damage, and after he suffered a non-contact knee injury in New South Wales Cup over the weekend. He does have medial damage, will require 4 to 6 weeks recovery, but considering the injury was to the same knee he previously had an ACL reconstruction on, his reaction at the time, this could have been considering a good result. I agree. So obviously that's great news that for Tommy Talau, that obviously not the worst possible outcome with an ACL season over. Looks like only a partial MCL tear, meaning that obviously you have 4 to 6 weeks recovery, so he's not fully out for the season. So that's some good news for Tommy Talau, and hopefully, obviously speedy recovery. Hopefully, it goes all well with the recovery, and then in about 4 to 6 weeks' time, we'll be back with the setup and pushing for a starting spot somewhere. Tell you what, if Billy Smith wasn't going to be ruled out, and Tommy Talau wasn't injured on the weekend, I think it'd be great. Would have been handy having him in the side this week. But anyway, we move on. But yeah, so great news around about Tommy Talau there. All right, so we're going to finish up with listening into Robbo's media talk today in the lead up to tomorrow night's clash against the Bunnies. So let me just get this up over the next 10 minutes. Story time with show and tell watching. Let me get this up.
Yeah, it's an exciting game always. First home game for us, so we're excited about that against our neighbours and rivals. And it's always a great game. There's so many memories around these games, and it is round 2, but you've also got to get excited.
Who educates David Durant about the rivalry?
I think you can feel it. We discussed the game, and we're getting our season started, so there's a bit about how we want to play, obviously. But you've also got to enjoy the energy that goes around the building in this week and around training, and also in the area. So the education's a little bit talked about and a lot felt.
It must be interesting for guys playing so much to have a new experience like that.
Yeah, I think he talked about obviously the excitement around playing this game, the Derby game, and obviously Anzac Day are things that come up for Roosters players at different times. So that's a new one for him. And I think all of that stuff's really important. And then round 2 is the most important.
We all know about the Book of Feuds, but a lot of talk about the record books this week.
Yep.
With Alex Johnson. You mentioned this is first home game for the season. Is that a point of pride that, look, everyone's talking about AJ potentially breaking the record? We don't want to let it happen on our home turf.
To be honest, that hasn't been brought up because our job is to allow no tries on that edge. That's the focus for us. So there's not a sort of discussion about don't let somebody. It's like we don't want tries. And so the passion about how we defend and how we improve from last week was pretty key for us. And so, the thing on that is, we don't want him to score any tries. For me, hopefully the following week he'll break that record. And it's Alex is a really good person and a good man and a great footy player, and he deserves everything he gets. So I'm really happy for him and what he's done in the game, and look forward to celebrating hopefully on a television from a distance.
I'm sure there'll be other questions on that, but I just want to get back to the defensive side of things. Siwa Wong coming in.
Yep.
That right edge. Was that a defensive-minded call? Can you talk us through what prompted that?
Just form. More so, they're both back, Nat and Siwa, but Siwa's been in good form and he deserved the spot.
What do you think about fans potentially running on the pitch if he does make that run?
To be honest, that's got nothing to do with me. That's a speculation for the NRL and for the stadium. For me, we just got to make sure that we play footy. So, to be honest, I don't have an opinion.
And Latrell's playing centre now, a position he played under you. What type
Yep.
of threat does he now pose?
Yeah, Latrell's Latrell. So there's always a threat. We played him last year at centre as well in some parts, and there's an absolute respect. And as we said, he's on that side with AJ. So it's do your job, and clearly do your job and do it with passion.
What was the impression of Benaya?
Yeah, I thought really good. I had an idea about time that he was going to play there, and he extended that. He brings a sort of an energy to the way that we play, and I really, really valued that last year. And he's obviously stepped in there to do that job the first couple of weeks again, obviously with Robbo being out. So, he enjoys the craft of the hooking role, but he also plays with an energy. So, looking forward to that again.
Just on that, we spoke to Watson earlier this week, who just sort of was feeling like maybe the 14 was eventually sort of becoming a little bit redundant, and he would have been in contention with that role. I guess, where do you see that playing out the rest of the season?
Round 2 or the rest of the season? There's only round 2. So I see Benaya doing that role, and then Connor coming on and bringing. I thought he did a really good job that second half. We started to accelerate there, and Connor was a big part of that, along with Siwa and Egan Butcher as well. So that's it.
And it sounds like Mel may have his eyes on him, especially just knowing what's gone on this week in terms of those conversations at 14. Are you quite confident that you'll be able to keep him here?
Look, they're obviously building a team. We've been really clear with him and his management about where we sit on that, and that's up to them to deal with. We've been really clear, and Mao, he should be interested. He's a high quality player in person, and so I'll let them take care of that.
Robbo, I was going to ask, just on the defensive cohesion out on
Yep.
the right, anything in particular you guys identified? Obviously, it is new combos there, and Ches is jumping in for the first time.
Yeah, there was probably 2 things that we identified, which I sort of won't go into, but there was 2 things that we felt like we needed to fix to improve that edge. And they didn't come up after the game, but we've been working on them, and we needed to double down this week.
And obviously, it's a fair challenge with Cody and Latrell and
Yeah.
Dave Fafita, but they are also a new combination themselves. Is there a chance to fight fire? Like, Cherry's a 17-year halfback. He
Yep.
knows how to pick apart a defence.
Yep.
Can you turn it around a little bit?
Can we?
Yeah, in terms of
Definitely.
potentially go after a guy like Dave Fafita and Latrell Mitchell there.
Yeah, I think that's exciting for us. Every week is a new week, and for us, we want to build on our combinations. Obviously, with Bobby coming back in there for the first time, Siwa with Ches, there's a couple of changes there, but they've trained enough together as well, and we feel like every week we're going to nail our role and improve on that. And all we've got's tomorrow night. So looking forward to getting him out there and Ches growing in confidence each week.
You lived through the whole Cooper and Keary combination.
Yep.
For a while. How much confidence do you get out of what they did to what you can do now with the new combination perhaps?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of talk around all of that, and beliefs. It starts inside, you know. People don't start believing until they see actions in place, and we haven't done that yet. But belief for us starts well before that, and so that's where it starts, and then we see it through training, and it's time to put it on the field. So high, yeah, extremely, yeah.
You mentioned earlier that it's only round 2.
Only round 2.
Yeah, so it's only round 2. Let's not
Round
get
2.
too far ahead of ourselves.
Yep.
Do you think that the blowtorch and the narrative on some teams and players is more intense than it's ever been so early in the season? Or is that just part and parcel of rugby league? Because it feels like this week on certain teams and players it's been quite intense.
Well, first thing is round 1's always a grand final. You know, we're always excited about round 1 and how big it is, but it comes with the territory. It's great. I think the more we talk about it, the more interest. You know, you guys cop a lot of flack at different times, but the more you talk about it, then builds interest. So I love where our game's at. I love the interest in our game. We're going to have to wear opinion on how we're playing. We're not going to like it sometimes, but you know, perform. It's the only way to answer that, and that's us week to week.
What about the leaked emails that came out yesterday? I didn't see them. I read about them.
Right.
The ruck stuff. Apparently the NRL said that maybe they weren't even strict enough in round 1 with the set restarts and everything. What's your opinion on that? Because it did seem to fluctuate quite a bit from game to game.
Yeah, I think they're working themselves out in there at the moment. You know, I think obviously some just different interpretations. They're changing quite late around where the 6 again starts. It just you know, they had round 1 as well. Okay, and so I think as we see every single season, it starts to get back to what style do the referees want for this year as well. And so I don't think we just take it on round 1. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll start to see that, and we just have to be more disciplined. That's really simply that's all we can control from that.
Same areas, Robert, just the disruptor and the interpretation
Yep.
we've got there. Can I ask your thoughts on, have we got the balance right for a fair contest in those aerial clashes?
Yeah, I think the thing with the disruptor, when they talked about, swinging at the ball, it did start to go to just trying to distract the catcher of the ball rather than compete for the ball. So I think they're on the right track there. I think they've improved with a couple of things that they've done the aerial contest. So I've got no problem with that. Yeah, are they going to get 100% right? No, not all the time. But what they're trying to do is allow people that really genuinely want to contest the ball to contest the ball. And so that's a positive.
And for you guys especially, you've got Toops and Marky Mark. How much do they take in all those, can be minute changes, but how do you see them build that into their game so they can still do what they do and do it legally?
They can be subtle, but the thing is if you're going to catch the ball, you'll be okay. If you've got a genuine thought to compete and you want that ball, then your techniques will follow on the back of that. If you're sort of stuck in between, am I going to try and disturb them or balk them to make sure they drop the ball, then you're going to run the risk.
What are your thoughts on the origin eligibility changes that would impact someone like Bradley?
Look, briefly, I think it's good for Rads. I haven't given it a lot of thought. It's not in my wheelhouse around affecting the Roosters or the French. So I'll stay out of that.
All right, there we go. So that's obviously Robbo's comments and thoughts ahead of tomorrow night's game. And obviously, the time for talk is over now as we head into tomorrow night. It's going to be a big game, obviously. I love how Robbo just coming out straight away and obviously not talking about Alex Johnson and not even thinking about it. It's obviously the main thing is him for stopping tries. Obviously, South Sydney, that left edge was very potent over the weekend. Obviously, our right side defence needed work, and obviously that's been the main talking point throughout the boys this week. And hopefully having Rob Toy there, hopefully they can execute and work together, teamwork and communication, and we'll go a long way. If we can get that right side defence sorted, we'll be very, very up for that challenge there. Sure, tomorrow night. Let's hope the boys aim up, make their tackles and have a win. Thanks, Haynesy. Yeah, well, we'll only wait and see. I hope so. I back the boys. Like I said, I reckon we can get the job done tomorrow night with or without Billy Smith. So it's just, the motivation's there. Like I said during the week, motivation's there. We're at home against the arch enemy with obviously a lot at stake for them. They want AJ to break the record tomorrow night. They want to beat us, but it's up for us to step up. And, we always like to bounce back after a tough loss to start the year. And I look no further to tomorrow night as a great example to do so. So only time will tell. And if we're good enough, we'll win tomorrow night. That's all I'll say. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope the guys see you guys out there at Allianz tomorrow night. It's going to be a big clash. Obviously, the derby against Souths. I'm nervous, we can't afford to go 0-2, and just even having a slight thought of process, knowing that slight thought of us losing to Souths, it's unbearable. It's never a great feeling. So hopefully we don't feel this feeling tomorrow night, and we get the job done. We celebrate the 2 points tomorrow night after an arch rivals getting flogged in our own stadium, and we send them back to home bush with 0 competition points, and we return home with 2. So we'll see how we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude everything from today. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new to the Sydney Roosters Diehards for your latest Roosters updated news and opinions. And same thing here goes on the Instagram as well. Look forward to seeing you guys out there tomorrow night at Allianz Stadium. Big game against the Rabbitohs. Obviously, the biggest derby in the rugby league. The book of feuds. What more do I need to say about this game? It's going to be an absolute classic tomorrow night, and can't wait for it. Obviously, we'll have our match recap for you guys tomorrow night after the game sometime, maybe Saturday morning play ratings video, and then we'll be back on here for your weekend wrap-up on Sunday afternoon. Right, guys, that'll do me for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, it's goodbye for now. See you guys tomorrow night. Up the Chooks.